Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name's Mark, and it is very windy today. We've got the sun coming out now, which is nice. Rained all night, and about 10 minutes ago, the southern Manitoba was issued a tornado watch. So we're just north of that area, more into the trees. Usually we don't get tornadoes here. What we do get is called plow winds that usually blow through and you get a big burst. And then it takes down a bunch of trees. We have had some trees cracking in around. The goats were out back, goats, sheep, ponies, and when the cracking happens, you see them all just run in. So I think they're all in now. I'm up in the pen, the front pen here, or the main entry pen with Fernando, and little Atlas has been hanging out with Fernando, and Sheldon and Hazel. Hi Hazel, what are you doing? Do you like it up there? This is one of her more favorite areas. Usually Hazel will sleep in there. This was actually donated to us last year, I think it was, early last year. And then Sheldon has this little building right over here. Now Sheldon apparently has a roommate, so I've heard. And that roommate is in there. This is Selena. Selena is a Muscovy, female Muscovy, and she appears to be sitting on some eggs. We have been collecting the eggs just because we don't need any more ducks hatching. Not sure how long she's been in there, but hey, I guess we can have a few chicks, can't we, Selena? Did I say chicks? I meant ducklings. Little babies. Gotta get the terminology correct, right? Okay, so in the main pen, I think actually it looks like a lot of them are out back again. So I'll take this opportunity to bring up that we lost Hannibal yesterday. So we knew this was coming. He actually came in 2 years ago, and he was in quite rough shape. He had heaves, he was coughing quite a bit, which was likely due to dust in the hay. So that's something you have to watch. Usually on larger farms, what will happen is they'll take the large round bales of hay and they'll put them in feeders. And generally the animals will stick their nose right in to get some of the good stuff on the inside. Now, what comes with that is, of course, dust and debris during harvesting in the field, depending on the time of year and how dry it is. So it was dusty. So we use these small square bales, and they tend to have a little less dust in them. So over time, he's gotten better. His heaves went away. He would cough once in a while, but his general health was really good. We expected him to not make it really through the winter or even the fall when he came in 2 years ago, but he surprised us and he got better, and he was a happy boy. But we knew the time was going to come, as he was at least 12 years old when he came in. We found out the last place we got him from wasn't his original owners, but they figured he was at least 12. He had another 2 years, putting on to at least 14. And sheep usually live to about 10 to 12 years old. So he did have a good life. And last night I went and I sat down by the computer and went through some old files and made a nice tribute for him. So I'll play that right now. So it looks like the goats and sheep are in the back, but we have the ponies up front. What have you been doing, Daisy? Look at all this hay. She likes to go and roll around in the hay, don't you? Oh, Tiana goes and brushes you, and then you get all hay-y. This is one of her favorite spots to lie, just hanging out and sitting in the sun, sometimes lying down here. And then we have the other two ponies that are in the building. And that's about it. So yeah, the goats and sheep and alpacas and everybody are out. Hi, Meadow. You got some hay on you too. Have you been running around playing? You have, haven't you? Yeah. And Levi, what are you doing back there? Is there some hay in there? Look at the hay on you too. What have you guys been getting into? Oh boy. All right. Well, let's see what's happening in here. Goose? Yeah, there's a goose. Still sitting. Last week there were two of them sitting here, but obviously the pigs have been getting the eggs, which is fine because we don't need any more waterfowl. We've got Selena sitting on her eggs, so we'll keep you updated on that. Usually it's around 35 days for incubation of Muscovy ducks, a little less for other breeds of ducks like rowan and Pekin ducks and your standard breeds, which are over here. So we've got there's a rowan drake there, Chinese goose, that's a Czech goose, a Pekin duck, another two rowans, males, drakes, and a rowan duck, female. And so the guineas as well. Oh, there's the pigs. Didn't even see them there. They're blending right in. The guineas, we're missing two of them. We figure they are sitting on some eggs somewhere. So it looks like the pigs are enjoying what little sun we have at the moment, relaxing. So I'll let them be and not disturb them. Now something we did this past week, you'll notice this green on here. It's all kind of blown in. What this is duckweed. So we put some in last year and then they ate it all up over the summer and it grows. We have somebody that we know that has a whole bunch of duckweed but no ducks. So what has happened to her pond is it's become stagnant, it's overgrown, and nothing really lives in it. So these guys go through and they'll skim off that duckweed off of the top of the pond and get a little nourishment. So we're going to have some fat ducks. You can see because of the wind that's blown, it's all kind of blown over into this area here. So that is the duckweed that was added. Wow, listen to that wind. It's all blowing from the southeast right through, and that's why it's all kind of blown in, all that duckweed over into the corner. And I found some of the goats coming in. Here's Toby. Hey bud, what are you guys doing? And Dwight. These guys are pretty much inseparable. And we have Petunia here. Hi Petunia. Where's your kids? Who's babysitting now? Probably not Blackie, it's probably Coco. And there's Charlotte over here. So she came in with Toby and Dwight a little while back. And as it turns out, the lady that did bring them, she said she's gonna make other plans, probably not buy acreage in the country, so we can rehome them if we'd like. But they're fitting in here nicely for the time being. Wow, I hope that wind isn't coming through too badly on the audio. And here looks like 4 of the kids anyway. Oh no, 6. Oh, all 6 are here with no mom. What are you kids doing? Hey, there they are. All 6 of them hanging out without parents. How they grow so fast. Coco, where's your kids? Where's your kids? Coco and Billie Jean are here. Blackie is likely way over there. So Tara's come out and done some raking during the week, so you can see how this is nicely raked. And what happens here is getting those leaves up, and we just make these piles. The kids run and jump and play on these down trees. But you can see here where it's greener, which this was already raked at one point, and this doesn't have the grass. So if you can get those leaves up off of the ground, you allow the sun to get down and to start growing all that green underneath. So she's kind of raked in this area here as well. And an area that hasn't been raked, you can just see the difference where the leaves are just covering all of that undergrowth, and you just don't get that green growing up. So at some point in the future, we'll have this cleaned up, and it'll all look nice and green, just like that over there. Oh, looks like the bush is alive. Are you guys done? Yeah, Turbo? And finally there's Blackie there. Looks like the alpaca are back further. Hey guys, did you come to find your kids? Look at this. Okay, what, did I say something? No, I don't have any food, guys. I was just talking. Sometimes, you know, you hear, Tara gets that quite often, where she'll come out in the yard and she'll be talking loudly, and just loud enough for the animals to hear. And then they come running. Hey, what are you doing? That's Turbo there. Oh, this is, who is, this is Tinker. That's who that is. Tinker's got the black dots on her face. Sometimes it can be hard to figure out which sheep is which, with the exception of Bronwyn. 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 Okay. Bronwyn's a Dorper cross sheep, and she is on a mission, obviously. So she's a haired sheep. She won't get sheared. We're going to be shearing these guys. Tara had picked up, she wants to try it herself this year. So she picked up not some of those big sheep shears, because you know, they can be a little bit of training involved in using those, and you can actually cut the skin of the sheep. So she bought a really good quality animal trimmer, and so she's going to be trying that. Maybe next week. We'll see how things go. Marley, Paula, and Shanzi are back there, and there is, oh, another sheep over there. Who is that? Oh, that's George and Moira. Well, George is getting substantially larger. You can just see the difference between him and Moira. Moira is a miniature breed. She's a Shetland sheep, and she's probably 3 or 4 years old. And George is, well, he's about a year old now, so he's quite a bit larger, and he is a Canadian Arcot sheep, which is a blend of a few different sheep, which was bred to produce wool, a good wool sheep. So they do have to be sheared usually once a year. Moira was done last year. Of course, George was born last year, so he hasn't been done. Oh, Shanzi. This is why the alpaca are not allowed to go in and groom the dog run. Because what happens is we've got 4 fruit trees. They stick their heads over top of the barrier, and they eat the leaves of the tree. So we learned that a couple weeks back, once the leaves were starting to come in, and they have been banned from there. So she's collecting those leaves that are a little bit higher, that of course the sheep or the goats can't get. All right, we have guineas bathing. Cover up, girls. Bathing in the dirt. If you didn't know, that's how they bathe, to get rid of those parasites. And then we have a couple rabbits still in here. There they are. Hey guys, what are you doing? They're just hanging out in here. It's too windy outside, isn't it? So we have a lop there, the gray one, and then we have a Rex that's behind. And that is the rabbit area. We do have to clean. Hey buddy, how's it going? We do have to clean this area out here. I did pitchfork it away from the door last week and then placed it here, but the ducks got in here and they were digging in it and picking out whatever is in there. And then I went to open up the door yesterday and I actually couldn't even get in. So now it opens up nice, but this is something that we'll have to clean out. Actually, there's a wagon right here. Look at that. This area is cleared out. This is where our hay goes, and it's just another area for expansion. If we need to put any other animals in, we could fairly easily put a gate across here. And we have the boys. Oh, Billy, Carl. I don't know what they're running from. Boys! So Carl here, if you look at his fur, it is getting very thin. So he's thinning out. It's always hard to remember the age of everybody. I think Carl's about 6 years old. So it's not due to age, but what it likely was some kind of flea or some kind of parasite that got in and got at him. He got really itchy and he started rubbing his back up against things. So what Tara did is she put coconut oil all on his exposed areas, so that will suffocate any parasites that may be there. And then next week what we'll likely do is take either diatomaceous earth or fireplace ashes, fireplace ashes, and then we'll put that on to make sure we get any of the babies that hatch. Usually if you have parasites, you want to do treatments for about 3 weeks because their life cycle is a couple weeks till the eggs hatch. So killing the adults and then the eggs hatch and you want to kill them. If you don't go through for about 3 weeks, then you could just have to do it all over again. Is that your favorite rock, buddy? He loves this rock. I took some pictures of him yesterday standing on this rock, and it doesn't look like he's got any kind of parasites. Hey, bud? Yes, you're looking pretty good. Your hair is good. Yeah. He's got a nice goatee going on here, don't you? Nothing like a good back massage from your partner. What are you guys doing? I guess that's a team effort, isn't it? You two are hilarious. Oh, get the good spot there, Meadow. I think Daisy wants in on it. Oh yeah, Daisy's jealous. Look at what's on you. Look, take all this hair. You don't need that. Oh, you guys. Daisy gets jealous, don't you, girl? So when ponies and horses do that action, they're grooming themselves, so they're displaying their affection towards each other, just like maybe a couple might give each other a back massage kind of thing. Sometimes if I'm petting Willow or Levi, they will kind of do the same thing. It almost looks like biting, but they're actually just grazing their teeth along. We discourage that because we don't want something to happen where they do get a little bit of skin and pinch, because that can be painful. But their intention is not to do that. Now, birds, wild birds. So of course we had some robins nesting, and then the nests got ransacked by some house swallows, sparrows. I always get swallows and sparrows mixed up. Some house sparrows. But the flycatchers, which are just up in that area, actually you could see, actually I can hear her chirping. You can see right there I've got a camera set up Somebody had asked about what cameras I use. So this is, it's called the Argus PT for pan and tilt, because it is a pan and tilt. It's not a zoom camera, but you can get those. And it's made by Real-Link. Actually, I wonder if we'd be able to see her. No, she's actually not. Doesn't look like she's up in the nest. I do have some footage, because I have been monitoring through that camera. So she came in, it was yesterday, she flew in with some food, and the little ones are getting quite large now, to the point where she's having problems getting in her nest. And of course, when baby birds poop, she watches for that, and usually it's right after they eat. And she watches for that, they stick their bum in the air, and she grabs it and takes it away from the nest. So their nest is really, really clean. So we're gonna be watching them and keeping an eye on them. I don't expect them to fledge this week. It's probably gonna be another week. They're not quite that large, but as things progress with those ones, I will, I'll keep you informed. I'll put the link to that camera as well as the Argus 2 camera, which is a non-pan and tilt, down in the description if you are interested in it. Well, that is it for yet another video. I did go around with Tara here and do a garden update, but she had so much to show you, I figured I would just put it in another video tomorrow. So don't forget to check in on that. Until then, if you liked this video, please click on that thumbs up button. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, leave a comment down below. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button if you're not currently a subscriber. Until tomorrow's video, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.